Oh no. Oh no, no, no. This is not good. What is happening? Hey everyone, it's Jordan Faith. Today I'm trying the Plump Method. This technique is supposed to give you extra juicy and bouncy curl clumps, but it might not always work out that way.
Alrighty!
Before we start, about 76% of you are not subscribed. So if you're not already subscribed and you do enjoy my content, please click on the subscribe button now. It's totally free and it just takes a second. I'm going to talk you through this process, so let's head to my shower to get started. Of course, I'm starting by getting my hair wet. The wash process for this method is just like any other, but I like to show the full process when I can for those interested. This method is by Katie, aka Type of Beautiful, who is also the creator of the top-down curls method that I tried quite a while ago. I'm starting with the Umberto Giannini Curl Jelly Wash Shampoo. I'm gently massaging this into my scalp to get a thorough cleanse. This shampoo is very thick, but it's easy to apply and spreads well across my scalp when it meets the water. I squeeze the lather through the lengths of my hair to cleanse them as well. Then I rinse the shampoo out completely. I'm following with the Umberto Giannini Curl Jelly Care Conditioner. This conditioner is very lightweight, but it's nice and creamy and makes it really easy to detangle my hair. I'm working this through my hair and finger detangling, then slowly positioning my hair into the forward position so I can switch to being upside down rather than upright. This will set me up for the styling portion of the method, which is coming soon. I'm using a wide tooth comb to comb through my conditioner to ensure even distribution of product and that my hair is free of tangles. I was supposed to squish to condition here, but I forgot, so I'll come back to that shortly. I'm clipping my hair up on top of my head to let the conditioner sit for just a few minutes while I rinse my body and switch the camera angle. Now I'm going to squish to condition. It doesn't really matter that I didn't do this first, as long as my hair is still very wet so that the conditioner can marry with the water to properly hydrate my hair. I did add a little bit more water to my hair to make the process more effective. I'm rinsing the conditioner out now in this upside down position, making sure to use my fingers on my scalp to rinse away all the conditioner. I'm letting the water help my hair form large clumps and also using my fingers to smooth and organize them. Katie suggests forming 6 to 8 clumps, but my hair formed into about 4 at first, so I raked my fingers through to help separate them into slightly smaller but still very large clumps. I had 8 of them. I forgot to smush the clumps up toward my head here to remove a tiny bit of water, but they dripped off some water while I gave my back a small break and grabbed my styling product, so I think it's fine. I'm using AG Curl Fresh Definer as my first styler, rubbing it between my hands, then applying to my clumps with praying hands. I'm also attempting to finger coil some clumps, because that is suggested in the method, but finger coiling never seems to work very well for me. Alas, I am trying my best. After my poor attempt at finger coiling, I scoop up and squish the clumps against my head with open hands. Next, I'm using Garnier Fructis Curl Treat Jelly and squishing a small amount into each clump. This styling process feels very similar to when I used to style upside down every time, but without the simple extra steps I'd add to actually make it work well for me and ensure even product application and keep the hair from sticking in this forward position. This is how my clumps are looking now that they're styled. Now I'm using my Perfect Hair Care towel to scoop up and press the hair against my head to remove water. Katie insists that you don't close your fist or pulse here to avoid causing frizz, but this didn't seem to remove much water, and it actually resulted in my scalp getting more wet and getting product on it, which caused some itchiness in the days after this routine. The next step is to plop, so I'm slowly lowering my clumps into the center of my Perfect Hair Care towel so that they wind up like a spring, then securing the towel around my head and wearing it that way for about 10 minutes. She uses t-shirts for this, but I'm using my Perfect Hair Care towels because I have them and they work just like a t-shirt but are more absorbent. I'm removing the plop now and starting the diffusing process. I'm using low heat and high speed, mainly because my scalp cannot tolerate the higher heat settings, and I'm pixie diffusing. Pixie diffusing is done by scooping up the hair in the bowl of the diffuser while the dryer is off, holding it against your head and turning the dryer on to dry that section. I usually do about 30 seconds, but Katie says to do each section for 1 minute, so that's what I aimed for here. I diffused for about 25 minutes, then had to stop because my kids were up from their naps. I'm skipping through most of the process because I don't think anyone wants to see me do the exact same thing over and over, all over my head for almost half an hour. Through the diffusing process, I really started to see that this method didn't seem to be working very well for me. You can see that even though I'm following the technique as I'm supposed to, my clumps are just falling apart. Some sections are very fluffy and other sections are getting a crispy gel cast. This is how my hair was looking at about 80% dry. My hair was looking absolutely nothing like Katie's does in her video. I was very nervous for the results, but trying to remain neutral till the end. I also snapped this photo to show how wonky my bangs were looking and to show they were just falling into my face while my hair was air drying between diffusing and being able to finish the routine. The next step is supposed to be separating the big barrel-y curl clumps with a little bit of oil on your hands. And so I'm going to use the Not Your Mother's Curl Talk Scalp and Hair Treatment Oil, but I don't really have any large clumps to separate. I do, however, have some crunch, so I guess I will mostly just be using the oil to scrunch out the crunch and do a little root fluff. I think I have maybe one large clump that's still clumped together that didn't fall apart as my hair dried. So I'll show you that. And these are the results. I'm not thrilled. This is one of my least favorite hair days. My hair has some pretty good bounce, but it's very inconsistent and I have a lot of stringy pieces and a lot of extra frizz. Still not excessive, but more than I would normally have. I do have pretty decent volume, but not like an amazing amount of volume, and I can get this similar amount of volume from different techniques and end up with results that I like a lot more. These bang pieces are especially stringy. I think it's just the way that they were separated into those giant curl clumps in the beginning. Like I said, she suggests that you let your hair separate into 6 to 8 curl clumps. Mine separated into 8, but they were just still so big, and the styler application technique didn't get my curl clumps completely coated in product. And so they just fell apart in a not great way. And a lot of parts are very fluffy, like they didn't get enough gel. And other parts are very stringy, like they got too much gel and separated from the rest of the large clump. I think a few factors are at fault for giving me these results. My curl pattern is very loose now. I think this probably would have worked a lot better for me when I first started my channel, because through the years my hair has started to loosen even more. I think my haircut also might play a part, just because I have such heavy layering that might have caused the clumps to fall apart more so than they would have if my hair were all one length or I had lighter layering. And I just think that while this technique obviously works great for some people, I don't think it's a very thorough way to apply product, which can leave you with results kind of like mine, where you have sections that clearly just did not get the styler that they needed to hold together. I do have O-shaped waves, but because my pattern is so much looser now, I think it was just really easy for them to fall out of those big clumps as I was diffusing. So they didn't stay together in those big jumbo clumps. I don't know what to call them. And so I didn't get to separate any big giant jumbo clumps at the end, which I'm really disappointed about because that looked like the most fun part of this method. I don't think my hair looks absolutely terrible, but I do think that it looks the worst that it probably has in quite a while without me intentionally making it look bad. Maybe it will look better in the B-roll or from behind. I'm just not feeling it. I'm not very happy with it, which is fine. And I want to be clear that I'm not bashing this method whatsoever. Not every method is going to work for everyone, and I just think that this is not the right method for my hair in its current cut and with my particular curl pattern. Also, the whole smushing your hair up onto your head to remove water or to apply product is just not my thing. I could feel I was getting a lot of water and product on my scalp when doing that, and it really wasn't removing much water at all. It just doesn't work that well. Again, not bashing that if that's what you do. Actually scrunching and closing my fist around my hair works a lot better for me, and I don't find that it adds any excessive amount of frizz. You'll have to let me know what you think of my results in the comments. Do you think I'm just being too hard on it, too critical of myself, or do you really think that this is not my best hair day? Please comment below. I try to respond to every comment. Also, in case you're new here and you're still watching, I do not usually record with a handheld mic like this. I usually have a little mic that plugs into my phone. But when I finished recording my last video, my phone fell out of the tripod and the microphone got broken. So here we are, looking like a stand-up comedian or something. Not that I think many of you will want to recreate this exact hair day, but all the products that I used are linked in the description, as well as the original Plump Method video, of course. If you liked this video, please click on the like button, subscribe to my channel, and click on the notification bell if you don't want to miss out on any of my upcoming content. Remember to love yourself fully and faithfully, even on your less than stellar hair days. And I'll see you next time.